begin with a short story. 6-month-old Reagan, a little girl in South Carolina. She was born with congenital heart disease, so basically she had half a heart. In a short amount of time after she was born, she needed 3 critical surgeries just to live. Eventually she spends 22 days on just life support, and it means her heart and her lungs are just basically replaced by a machine. This is just one of many stories of people who need a crucial organ transplant just to live. On donatelifesc.org, there's many stories such as this one, where it's dedicated to sharing. Currently, there's 122,000 people on the organ transplant waitlist. Yet the major issue here is that there's a severe lack of donors. To help reduce this problem, I suggest that a higher degree of education is needed, more awareness. In this speech, I'll demonstrate how severe this organ shortage is and how it's affecting the everyday American. Explain an educational agenda that we could promote to get the idea of organ donation out there. I'll show the results of a similar movement in Europe, and I'll illustrate that the benefits gained are worth more than the cost it takes. So, like I said, there's 120,000 people on the wait list, according to the Health Resources and Services Administration. Every 10 minutes, another person is added to that list, and every day 18 people will die from waiting for their life-saving transplant. On the same website, there were only 4,500 transplants done in the first 2 months of this year, coming from only 2,300 donors. So at that rate, there's only going to be 30,000 transplants done for the entire year. So in relation to how many people there are in the current list, that's only a quarter of the people that will actually get an organ transplant just 4 years from now. Another issue is the problem of how it's presented to the everyday American. So according to the National Foundation for Transplants, 90% of Americans say they do support donating, yet only 40% of Americans are actually on the registered list. The NFT also states that 95% of those registrations occur at the DMV. So I just kind of want to ask you guys, when you guys are getting your license at the DMV, how many of you were, caught off guard if they asked you a question like that? Were you, prepared? At the time, would you known that patients actually rely on those DMV registrations because only 95% of them are coming from there? I know I would have benefited from a little bit more information there. To get that information more readily available, I suggest that a new agenda is needed. Educating the public via media, schools, universities, and other similar institutions could give people the knowledge they need to make an informed decision. Such as the fact that for each person that registers on the list could save potentially up to 8 lives just with one person, according to the UNOS, the United Network for Organ Sharing. The plan would ask states to incorporate the idea for the need of organ donations in high school, such as the health class curriculum. You could introduce the idea there. And then in colleges and universities, they can build upon that awareness, similar to how the University of Wisconsin has widely distributed their DVD program, organ donations, and the African American Church. It's highly successful over there. In this way, there will be more, the people will be more informed before they're asked as adults, and therefore they can make an informed decision at that time. In Europe, they did a similar movement. They have many programs called donor action programs, which have been carried out for years. According to a study done by Jim Obona, the plans have brought up organ donations in Europe by 53%. The programs promote quality of advertisements, and other awareness agendas for schools and hospitals. Europa.eu outlines that the program also enhanced the efficiency and accessibility of transportation systems, as well as improving the quality and safety of organ transplants. So the main concern with this program is the initial investment. Although the main economic benefits from this program would come from saved cost treatments. So say you're in need of a kidney, you get dialysis every other week. That cost adds up. As you just get the transplant, then there's no longer a need for that treatment. Economically, a report done by RAND Europe testified that their scenario testing of this program would see Europe to have a potential saving of up to 1.2 billion euros in treatment costs and reaching productivity gains of up to 5 billion euros. This equates to about 1.7 billion US dollars and 7 billion US dollars respectively. I mean, although this is a European health program, it's not directly comparable with American society, but I think this is a good benchmark that we could start at. So now that you know that what the problem is and my plan to assist with the number of donors, I hope I was able to let you see the benefits outweigh the cost. I mean, wouldn't you love to say that you saved a life? I mean, if not that, how about saying that you will save a life, maybe even 8 lives? And as for Reagan, the little girl I mentioned from the beginning, she is alive and well, and due to a generous giver, she will turn 9 in